First, I would just like to welcome all of you to one of the many schools that fall under the umbrella of the Duke University Science Drive Service Desk. On behalf of everyone who works at the service desk, I want to say welcome. We're glad you're here. I know things look a little bit different than you would normally expect. Believe me, things look a lot different than we would normally expect too. However, I know that if we all work through this together, we will be able to come out on top of this. This orientation is meant to provide you with a quick tech orientation of what we do here at the Science Drive Service Desk to let you know the services that we offer, some of our policies, the things that we provide, etc. We are here to help you in all of your research endeavors, and we will be glad to help you with any issues that you run across. Thank you for joining us. First, I wanted to talk about what you need to do if you need assistance from the Science Drive Service Desk. There are three options. First, there's an online form on our main page that says Request IT Help. Click on that. You'll be able to submit a form that will automatically generate a ticket. Second, email. You can email tts-sciencehelp@duke.edu, and that email will generate a ticket. Third, if you go to the bottom right corner of the main site listed above, there is a live chat option. If you click that, you will be able to talk to one of our associates. Now let's talk a little bit about what we offer. First, we offer IT support. That's our primary goal here, to keep you and your labs running as quickly and efficiently as possible. We're here to help you maintain as much uptime as possible. If you have any IT support needs, please contact us using one of the three methods listed before. Second, loaner equipment. All departments that fall under the umbrella of the Science Drive Service Desk have access to loaner equipment. These are items such as laptops, tablets, Bluetooth speakerphones, things like that. These items are meant for short-term loan, borrowable for a maximum of 2 weeks, and they're available to grad students, faculty, and staff. There is a form on our main Science Drive Service Desk website that you can fill out to request a piece of loaner equipment. Third, technology purchasing. The Science Drive Service Desk is here to help you with the purchasing of computers and tech equipment. If you need to purchase anything for departmental use, there is a form also located on the Science Drive Service Desk website that you can fill out to request a technology purchase. All tech purchases should come through us. Additionally, you should know that right now, with everything going on with COVID-19, there are additional purchasing and spending controls that have been put in place at a higher level. You can view those purchasing and spending controls by clicking on the link in our attached PDF. Fourth, printing. While each individual academic department under the umbrella of the Science Drive Service Desk may offer a slightly different solution, all of our departments do offer a printing solution for grad students. See our website's printing page for additional details. Fourth, online resources. The Science Drive Service Desk offers an ever-expanding library of video tutorials and frequently asked questions to address common questions and tech concerns. We have videos for Microsoft Teams, Zoom, Dropbox, VPN, etc., and we are constantly producing more content. See our website for additional details. I'd also like to talk for a minute about what Duke offers. Most of this comes from OIT, but you will find that OIT offers a lot of products and services that will be very useful during your time here. First, software. If you go to software.duke.edu, you'll find a treasure trove of software, and not many students even realize they have access to as much as they do. You can get products like the Microsoft Office Suite and the Adobe Creative Cloud Suite, things like that for free while you're registered as a student here at Duke. Check out the software site to browse their offerings. Second, AV loaners. The link, which is located at the lower level of the Perkins Library, offers a wide variety of professional audio-video devices such as high-quality cameras, microphones, peripherals for these devices, things like that. They're available for checkout. Third, Duke computer purchasing. One time during your tenure at Duke, you may borrow funds to purchase a personal computer from the Duke Technology Center located in the Bryan Center. See the Duke Technology Center for more details. Fourth, virtual machines. Every student can set up a virtual machine by going to vcm.duke.edu. This is very useful because you can use it for playing around with other operating systems that you may not be familiar with, or being able to remote work, things like that. I want to talk a bit about our Science Drive general computing policies. As with other topics that we've talked about, individual departments may have slightly different policies, which are available for further review on their individual websites. But there are some more universal policies in place across all of Science Drive. First, supported computer manufacturers. We support Apple, Dell, Lenovo, and Pogo Linux. If you haven't heard of Pogo Linux is a company that creates high-end custom computers that we have in quite a few labs, things like that. For research computing or intensive calculations, we typically use Pogo Linux boxes. The Science Drive Service Desk supports a variety of operating systems. First, Windows. We support Windows 10, and we do require that you be on version 1803 or above. On Apple products, we support High Sierra and above. We recommend Mojave, as we've had some issues with Catalina. We've had some compatibility issues in certain labs and certain classes where Catalina just will not run certain legacy pieces of software. Linux support actually varies by whichever individual academic department you are in. You will get additional details from your department on that. And lastly, we offer limited support for iOS and other mobile OSs. We will do what we can to help you get on Duke Blue and to do basic things. However, we are somewhat limited in our ability to support mobile OSs because there are just so many different versions of Android and things like that. A good general note for what we support as far as Windows and Apple: if the manufacturer is still releasing security updates for it, the odds are we support it. And this is just a note before we get into security policies. Just a quick note on Duke-owned devices. Any item that has been purchased with a fund code, whether it's discretionary, grant, or other, is owned and is the property of Duke. Now let's talk a little bit about security. First, we would like to talk about the importance of patching. So one of our policies is that any security patch released by Apple, Microsoft, or whichever OEM of Linux that you're running, those security patches should be applied within 14 days of release, because a patched computer is a secure computer. Second, encryption. All computers that have restricted or sensitive data should be encrypted using either BitLocker or FileVault, and this is a university-wide policy. Next, malware protection. All Duke computers should have malware or antivirus protection. Duke-owned computers should have CrowdStrike installed. Then there's endpoint management. All Duke computers should have endpoint management at some level installed. If you have any questions on endpoint management, just ask. Windows, you should have Configuration Manager or BigFix running. Mac, you should have Jamf or BigFix running. And Linux, you should have BigFix or OS Query running. Whether it's an old laptop or a computer hooked to a piece of lab equipment, one of our security policies is that all Duke-owned technology should be turned into your local IT department for proper disposal through Duke Surplus. And then I also wanted to add a note when it comes to security policies that each individual department has its own web page with specific departmental policies. See your academic department's page for additional details. And with that, I would also like to mention that each academic department in Science Drive has its own site, and they are all linked from the main Science Drive Service Desk website. If you have any questions on policies or anything, you can go read the policies for your individual department there. Now we just wanted to give a little overview as to a few things that we think are important for you to know. First, regarding your NetID and password. You will learn quickly that almost everything Duke does from a technology standpoint requires your NetID and password. So we recommend that you keep your NetID and password safe. Do not share it with anybody. Keep it secure. Use a secure password. And make sure you set up multi-factor authentication as soon as possible. Let's talk a little bit about networking. First, let's talk about the wireless networks on campus. First, there's Duke Blue. Duke Blue is the preferred wireless network. You'll need your NetID and password to log in, but it is the most secure option. There's also a site you'll want to go to on your PC or Mac, which is launch.dukeblue.duke.edu to install the Duke Blue certificate. Second, there's Duke Open. Duke Open should be reserved for IoT devices such as printers, TVs, game consoles, things like that. If you wish to connect a device to Duke Open, you will need to register the device on dukereg.duke.edu. Thirdly, there is Duke Visitor. Duke Visitor, as you could expect from the name, should only be used by visitors. If you use it, you won't be able to access shared resources such as printers, ePrint printers, shared drives, things like that. And you'll also find rather quickly that the download and upload speeds are a lot slower compared to Duke Blue. Now let's talk about wired networks. Many labs and classrooms will have wired connections. If you want to connect to the wired network, your device will need to meet all of the security requirements that we've discussed, and you'll also need to register your device at dukereg.duke.edu. Let's talk a little bit about security when it comes to technology. Security.duke.edu is a good website to familiarize yourself with. If there are specific security-related issues going on, they'll be listed there and they'll be brought to your attention. It's also a good place to go to just read and familiarize yourself with some of the security issues that you may run across during your time at Duke. Phishing. So phishing is a serious threat. We see it quite a bit in our department. You want to familiarize yourself with what phishing attacks look like. You can go to security.duke.edu/phishing to see examples and to see what to look for. Some notes on that: you want to make sure you never share passwords or personal information in response to an email. We'll never ask for it. You'll always check the actual web address and a clickable link to make sure it's legitimate. And just a reminder one more time, no one at Duke should ever ask for your password or login information. Next, best practices. If you go to security.duke.edu/students, there's a good introduction that has a list of best practices while on and off campus to protect yourself. Lastly, when it comes to general info, you want to make sure that you regularly update your Scholars at Duke page. It is your directory page. It contains information about you, your office location, your contact info, and links to your research and publications. It is a very good resource that you want to keep updated because Scholars at Duke is your online representation of the work that you are doing. As we come to a close here, we just wanted to add some information that applies to individual departments because certain departments have specific policies or specific software solutions that other departments don't. First, let's talk about biology/evolutionary anthropology. They have two services unique to them that you'll want to familiarize yourself with. First, Dropbox. Biology and EA use Dropbox as a preferred cloud storage solution. There are instructions on requesting a Dropbox account located in the orientation PDF. Second, WEPA. Biology and EA use WEPA printers, which is a solution unique to us. You will want to make sure that you read the orientation PDF for instructions on requesting a WEPA account. Second, let's talk about chemistry. The primary chemistry help desk site, which you will find information on the topics discussed, is compteam.chem.duke.edu. If you go there, you will find a guide on setting up lab printers. Each individual lab in chemistry will have lab printers that you may use. You can go to the CompTeam site for additional details on setting those up. Second, chemistry has a few pieces of software very unique to chemistry and that chemistry maintains the licenses. You will find a software tab on the CompTeam site. Go there to get access to the chemistry software that you will need while here at Duke. In the physics department, we just wanted to bring a few things to your attention. First, when it comes to email forwarding is possible. You are able to forward your @Duke email to another email if you'd like. There are instructions in the orientation PDF. Second, there's an email directory listing. You can change your listed email address if you so desire. For additional information, see the orientation PDF. Third, best practices. We just wanted to make you aware that if you choose to forward or change your listed email, we wanted to make a note that all emails containing sensitive information or emails regarding students/coursework/etc. should stay on the Duke email system. Also, we wanted to make you aware that if you take any classes on the DHS side, you will lose the ability to forward email to another email address per DHTS privacy policies. Last, if you check the orientation PDF, you will see a link to a list of email lists. You will want to make yourself familiar with these physics mailing lists. A little information on security in the physics department. We recommend in physics that you use LastPass Premium to manage passwords. LastPass allows you to have a unique password for every non-Duke service. Second, wanted to share that we recommend if you're doing anything secure, you use the Duke VPN when off campus. There's a great tool for Linux or Mac OS clients called OpenConnect. Third, privacy. We just wanted to make you aware that we recommend that you install browser privacy plugins such as uBlock Origin, Ghostery, or things like that to provide an extra layer of privacy protection for you. Now we wanted to talk a bit about the Linux desktops that we support in physics. We support Fedora, Ubuntu, and CentOS workstations. We support GNOME 3 or Classic Desktop. We also just wanted to let you know that every workstation has a name. Please make note of it because you'll need the workstation name when you ask for IT assistance. As far as recommended software, recommended browsers, we recommend Firefox or Chrome. Software instant messaging, we recommend Pidgin. When it comes to a recommended Linux Office suite, we recommend LibreOffice. Now to talk to you a little bit about the Linux desktops that you will have themselves. You'll want to make note that you have two home directories. First is your home/username directory. That is local to your workstation and is very fast. If you abandon your workstation, you will lose this data because it is not backed up on the network. Second is /nethome/username. This is shared to all workstations via NFS and mounts as /home/username on your login and cluster hosts. Make a note that you'll want to watch out for the NFS home directory quota. And we also want to let you know that all important files must be in the home directory or on a project server. We also wanted to make note that there is a directory on your machine /xtemp. That is only a scratch space. It is not backed up in any capacity. Do not store files or important information here. We also, just as a quick reminder, please do not unplug your network or shut down your workstation. A few best practices /notes on Linux desktops. We recommend that you become familiar with the command line interface. It should become your best friend. It's very fast and powerful. If you look in the orientation PDF, you will see a command line introduction. Second, familiar yourself with Condor and OSG access. We would also like to make note of a few policies that are, while they're best practice, they are still specific to physics and that we have them as actual written down policies. First, commit to the ethical, legal, and secure use of all computing and electronic communication. Second, we have a policy that you will have no personal movies, MP3s, etc. in the home directory. Third, no copyrighted material. In 2020, it may sound strange, but the RIAA and the MPAA are still watching. Fourth, don't access anything you do not have the right to access. Fifth, just a reminder that your workstation isn't yours. It is managed by the IT staff. You don't want to alter any information without permission. We also wanted to just offer a few notes about your personal webpage. If you look here, you can see links as far as how to access your physics web content, and you'll see how to access that from the web itself. And just a reminder to use caution with web programming. Always follow best practices and be careful. And a few final thoughts. This is just a quick orientation /overview of what we offer and what we do. You can reference the orientation PDF for links and additional information on our policies and our procedures, everything like that. And if you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to reach out using one of the 3 preferred methods of communication. Thank you, and I hope you have a great semester.